Welcome back. It is week 4 of high school football season, and we are kicking off the season in style. We've got News 8 Sports Director Matt Randazzo and Corey Kuffler live at Sherrard High School for the Score on the Road. Hey, guys.
Yeah, David, we're blessed here in the Quad Cities because we have so many great rivalries on both sides of the river, and one of them here in Sherrard, it's Sherrard and Rock Ridge Week, which means, of course, bad blood between the two schools. They just simply don't like each other when it comes to the Rockets and the Tigers. We're joined now by the head coach of Sherrard, Brandon Johnston, and just kind of talking about that. And I don't mean bad blood in a bad way, but there's no love lost between these two schools. It's a different week when it's Rock Ridge and Sherrard, isn't it?
It is. You know, we always get excited for any football opportunity that we have, but there's something special about this one for sure. You know, I don't know if you want to call it a rivalry or not. We haven't been very successful the last several years against them, but we're hoping we can get our program back to where we're competitive every year with them and hopefully get a couple of them too.
Sure.
When you look at the schedule, the kids obviously circle this one. Is the week different for them as far as preparation? They might be a little bit more amped up and things like that, knowing that it is Rock Ridge, it's a rivalry game?
Yeah, we try to keep things as simple as we can and stuff like that, but for sure, our kids get real excited. We had one of our better weeks that we've ever had here, I think, of practice this week. So, you know, I think that extra level of focus is there for sure.
Take me through this rebuilding process, because you came here and it was a rebuild, and I think it's going well. I mean, you look at a 1-2 record and it doesn't show the progress maybe you guys are making. You guys have played two teams that are 5-1. Your 2 losses against two really good football teams and close games. How important is it to get a win last week and to show these kids that, like, these victories are coming, the work they're putting in on the field, it's paying off in a big time way?
Yeah, we've got a tremendous group of kids. Many of these seniors that we have a big senior class, and many of them are 3-year starters for us, and a few of them on both sides of the ball. So this wasn't necessarily the year that we were waiting for. Obviously we want to win any year, but we knew that this year we'd be able to hopefully get things rolling by now and be competitive with teams. We were competitive with almost everybody on our schedule last year. We just were on the bad end of it. Yeah. And injury bug got us a little bit last year as well. So, this year, knock on wood, we're still pretty healthy for the most part, with 1 or 2 exceptions. And, our kids are playing really well. And again, it's a tremendous group of kids. There's not much from the motivating side that we have to do as coaches. They're very self-motivated, self-driven, and that takes a big part of it out of it for us.
Homecoming week, another distraction type week, because it's Rock Ridge, but then it's homecoming week. Again, is it something where you have to remind them, hey, we still have a job to do. Everybody else is going to be out there celebrating. They have things that they want to do. It's going to be a fun night. Let's make it even better by getting a win.
Yeah, absolutely. We tell our kids, and we mean this sincerely, we tell them that we want them to enjoy homecoming week. We want them to enjoy all the festivities. That's part of being a high school student. But we also ask for their best 2 hours every night at practice and make sure that they're focused on the task at hand for the 2 hours. And again, enjoy the rest of it because it is fun. It's exciting for them. But they've done a really good job of maintaining their focus at practice.
You mentioned the rivalry. Rock Ridge they got things rolling over there, doing a really good job. Their football program has been good for quite some time. What do you see on film from Rock Ridge? Is it one of those really good Rock Ridge teams? And obviously, it's going to be a battle here tonight.
Yeah, they're always really good. In our minds, we know we have to play our best to win,
sure.
and probably have to play our best just to give us a shot at the end of the game. But that's what we want. That's what we want our kids to strive for is to play our best against the best opponents and hopefully get our program up a little bit closer to where Rock Ridge is. And historically it hasn't been, but we're hoping that we're making some strides there. I think they're really good defensively, and they're not far off offensively from that either. So again, we've got to play our best game, and that probably puts us in a close game at the end. But that's what we want for our kids.
When you took this program over 3 years ago, knowing the success you've had at Anna Wethersfield, defensive guy at Moline for a year, and then you went away even for a year, do you feel like this program in the 3 years you've had is turning the corner, despite what happens on the field, that numbers are getting better, people are more invested, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've had about a 15% increase in our roster size each of the first couple years, from year 1 to 2, and then year 2 to 3. So we feel like we're building some momentum in the school. We're still a little shy numbers-wise where we'd like to be. That process, in all honesty, has gotten a little bit slower than what I was hoping and anticipating, but at the same time, I got to keep looking at the fact that we're improving. We're building a roster. The support here is second to none, and I truly mean that. So it's up to us as coaches, and then hopefully the players, are kind of their own recruiters, walking the halls and stuff like that, getting more kids involved and excited about football.
One more before we let you go. Nobody's watching, it's just you and me. How big would a victory be tonight here against, because you guys have been close last year. You've been close this year. It seems like they're that one marquee victory away from kind of really getting this thing rolling.
Yeah, I think so. Last year we felt like we needed a victory against anyone, and we got one against Morrison, who ended up being a pretty good team. Yeah. This year we've got one under our belt already. It'd be huge. It'd be a huge motivator. Again, I don't think these kids, it wouldn't change their mentality. It wouldn't change their work ethic on a day-to-day basis if we won, but it'd certainly give them a huge boost in confidence. Like I said, this group's so focused, and they're such a good practice team every single day anyway. But for sure, it'd be a huge win for our program, both short-term and long-term.
Best of luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
you stopping out here. Got him out of a little work. Got him out here to the football field a little early. Still plenty to get to here at Sherrard. We will have more on the Rock Ridge and Sherrard rivalry coming up. Also, we'll talk a little more about our guest griller. The one and only Dan Pearson joins us tonight on the grill at WQAD. We'll throw back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks, Matt.